Hello and welcome back to another ASAP Weekly Patreon replay analysis. Today we are going to be working through Eric Dog Bornich. Man, I always get your name right, I think, at least. We've been on a good streak, and I screwed up there. But Eric, we're diving into your replay today. I'm really excited. He seemed excited about this one too. So he said 8-minute replay, 1 goal. He said it's a good one. So I hope there's some good stuff to go over here. I was looking at Backsmog gives me people's MMRs, which is nice. So he even mentioned he was playing up, so I wanted to see what he was playing against. So being a 1057, I think that makes him diamond. People are going to hate me, but I just don't know the diamond MMRs that well. I think it makes him diamond 2, I believe. So I can see he's playing 2 diamond 3s, which I know for sure, and he's playing 1 champ 1. So he is playing up for sure. Has 2 2 C2s on his team. So it should be definitely a great game, and I'm always happy to see him play with some higher ranks, see how he fits in, see where he looks in the rotations, and go from there. And so I do like to be able to try to take a little bit of that and say, like, oh, like, you should have been here, but you aren't expected to be there at your rank. So it's good to know, good to play towards, little things like that. And so I think Eric respects that as well and also enjoys seeing that. So hopefully we're able to get some good content out for him here, and we can dive right in. So just want to remind folks, we are moving away from Patreon as of now, literally, as of the end of this month. So now starting, people can purchase coaching and replays via asapweekly.com, our new website. So be sure to check that out and look into some coaching options. I'm not the only coach. There are several others on the website. I believe all of my tiers are currently sold out as well. So you can either choose to wait for me, maybe pick up a different coach, your choice. If you're looking at getting some space with me, always feel free to shoot me a message on Discord. Now it's no longer monthly, as Patreon is restricted to. Now it's purely when I finish one, I open another one. Simple as that. So people will have much more opportunity to buy some coaching sessions, replays, whatever they're looking for, which is great. It makes me really happy. So I'm hoping that is a good start for anybody. I know Eric in particular was looking for some sessions, so hopefully that's good news to you, and we can go from there. So let's dive on in, see how Eric does today, and we'll go from there. Eric Dog Bornich. Good start right away, nearly on the goal there. Eric, so close to popping that up over. I don't have a whole lot of comments on this. This just comes with a little bit of practice. But I actually what I really like taking these shots for this angle, which might be a really nice thing for you to practice, Eric, is, and I'll draw it from this angle here so you can see it, is what I'll do as this ball is coming out, and you can see you're already doing that, which is great. So you're taking a wide angle to it so you can come in from here. What I've actually gotten pretty used to now is right about where you are now, I'll start going straight. I won't change my angle, and I'll actually I've been recently trying to get used to drift shots. So trying to come harshly around it to then hard drift as you come in. And so you can see you're doing pretty similar here, and then going for a nice drift. And the main thing about the drift shots that I take, and I actually want to pause just as you get your touch here. Right here, the main thing I've been doing recently is I'll actually jump just as I'm getting contact. Not only does this add a little more power to the shot, but it also brings it down a bit, because I love that you choose not to flip into this, because you're hoping just good power and will nicely roof the ball for you right into there. But as obviously you see, you get just like an ounce too much power on it, right, and too much height, that it ends up going bar and out instead, from rather from what we want, obviously, this going in. So I've been finding recently, and this is only something I've only recently, so please play around with this, see how you feel with it, is I'll actually jump just before I'm hitting it, and I've really been trying to refine these. So I'll draw it one more time. So I'll come in from a wide angle, I'll line up straight as I can, and then I will hard drift right at the end, and then jump right around here is where I'll jump. So just before I make contact with the ball, so I get the slightest bit more over top of it, so it stays closer to the ground, and I get a little extra power from that jump, and you can get it on from there. But you can see literally from this angle that your angle on the shot is absolutely beautiful going on net. It would have been in if not for, actually no, I thought it hit the crossbar, it hits post, so you actually did need to cut a little more. So the drift shot can help with that, but nonetheless, that's just a shot I'm sure you wish you had back, but was a really good attempt. Good speed from you as well, and we can continue on the replay. Great job staying tight. I can almost guarantee this is from you playing with people at your above your rank, which has been awesome, dude. Man, I know we only do replays, so I'm not in any way can I take any type of credit for you getting better, because it's really been your own work and your own grind, which I love to see, absolutely adore seeing. But you didn't do this even last month from what I watched from you, of that you would normally rotate out and then come back around. Just the fact of you staying tight enough on this kind of 45-degree angle out of the zone to then hard cut back in and go for it, I adore. And so this, I have nothing but positive feedback for you here, despite us not scoring. That literally all I wish was that you were a little faster to the ball, right? That you could have gotten the touch on instead of the goalie, and you were a little over it because of that. But still, nonetheless, it's a beautiful, beautiful turn. I really love to see it. Careful here, and this comes from being, and so I'm gonna again show you above, and this is where you can really identify the speed of players, right? So I think Barb your higher? Yeah, Barb's your higher rank. He has a GC tag and everything. So as you watch, you go up for this, you both miss your shots, you both land, and you're both equidistant on the field from the back end right now, right? The two of you. And you can see if we watch him here, he gets a little bit of boost, a diagonal flip, and now he's supersonic with no need for extra boost, instantly slurps into that back post, and he's all set. You got there around the same time, except he was a little further, so it tells me, one, not only was he a little faster than you, which is fine, but his pathing was much better. You can see right away his pathing. So I'll draw you in pink and him in yellow. So you land right about here. When you come out of the net, he lands right about here. His pathing, he comes through, uses a bit of boost, gets a diagonal flip here. I drew him a little wide. He comes out, gets a diagonal flip right here, and then makes his way right downfield and loops right into that back post. A perfect rotation. That's exactly what it should look like. Rotating close side is only going to get him caught, so he decides to go wide and comes out. Really beautifully played. That's exactly what it should look like. You land here, and then you basically drive right down the middle because it's the safest play, and then come into the middle. You can see right away that there's this little bit of awkwardness that comes from that, right, of you making that decision. And you see there's a cross as well. So you two need to be in a bit stricter comms here to figure out who's going where on this play to ensure that you aren't going to double up on each other, because you end up cutting off Barbie in front there, or Barbie, I'll call him Barb. You end up Barbie. Yeah, Barbie. So you end up cutting in Barbie there, and you can see that right away. If I go back to your perspective, I'll go to player view. So you have a great turn, good landing, get your boost pads, which is fantastic, and you see him coming cross field here, so you know he's going back post. So what I would actually recommend for you here, because you already know that your back post is going to be covered as he comes around, go even wider. See if you can get that mid boost off to your right, and if you can't, go get your back corner boost way off to the side here. And so again, I'll go one last time into this fly cam. So you have what I, like I said, would recommend is as you're coming out, as soon as you see him, you're going to turn off this way, get this boost, and then slowly rotate in back, because you already have someone challenging here. You have Barbie coming in, and so now you're going to be queuing into that next back post, which is perfect and exactly where you should be. And if this boost isn't there, then great. Instead, you're just going to take the boost pad lane this way to then cycle into this one and go from there. So you're actually going to get more boost from doing this. You're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as you get in, rather than the 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 that you get in. So you get a little more boost, which is great if you're following this path and go down, like I had said. Plus, you're actually delaying yourself, which seems counterproductive, but the whole point is that you're not going to jumble up, that you're going to delay yourself enough to be in the back of that rotation. And so this is a huge part for you to have that kind of bit of visibility here to see Barbie rotating in, know that you guys are about to cross each other, narrowly could have hit each other, and then that you end up going instead, which then we end up getting you and Rollfish all looped in together. You pull out right away, which is fantastic. But you can see right away, now you're the one single person that's kind of in a bit of an awkward position, not a lot of boost, no ball possession, and now you don't really know where to go, just because you had decided to go to net rather than being smarter with that rotation, right? And so this is a huge, huge thing that is really important about the champ level gameplay, of that. As soon as you get a champion, the classic kind of circled 1, 2, 3 rotation that I'm sure you've learned since you started the game and that I've talked to you about and so on, actually starts to be kind of adapted so that we're playing incredibly fast, but we're also being cognizant and slow enough that we can still not jumble up in that rotation. And you see that right away, that both your teammates are able to play to that, and then you, despite being in what I would call the correct rotation, end up being the player lost in that middle. I hope you can see that. It's a really, really interesting thing, and that's why I will always commend you for playing with a bit of higher rank, is that it's going to push you to do this earlier. Why this is difficult, though, is that as you take this advice from me, if you implement this into the Diamond 1, Diamond 2 area, you actually might start cutting off more of your teammates, or even being slow in general. So I'm not telling you to take slower rotations. I'm telling you to be cognizant of where your teammates are at all times and adjust your rotations accordingly. And I promise you'll start to feel like you guys are much smoother in that rotation the entire time, right? Which is a really important thing. Another really important thing here And this is funny because this is advice I've given you, and now this is my time to like correct slash edit it. Of that, I love that you're looking for the breakout right here. This makes me so happy. It's everything I want. I absolutely adore it. I just gave this advice in one of the other replays I've done this month of that. If you look from Barbie's perspective, this is not a doable pass, right? If he passes to you, let's say he gets a beautiful flick that gets this ball right up over to you, this is much easier for Dragonfly to meet than it is for you to go up to meet. That's a much easier ball for him, right? And so this is not a good passing lane. And so in a perfect world, and generally, and this literally was only recently, I would say the last like half year or so did I really start noticing this, that I was still doing this, is I would lead these passes just like you're doing here until realizing there's literally no physical way that Barbie can make this pass. So there's no point in you being here unless you're doing one of two things. You should either be hitting the defender in front of him, who then drives by you there, Dragonfly goes for him afterwards and wins the 50. So you either should be hitting Dragonfly or you should just be rotating to the back of the net. So if we bring this back just a little bit, this goes around. Right away, you see, sorry, I wanted to stop. Let me go back. This goes up. You choose not to go and you start breaking out. The second he catches, unless he booms this, and so this is why. So I would I'll slow this down a little bit too. I would basically keep driving in the position that you're going. And then I see that he catches. The second he catches, what I'm probably doing is like I said, I'm either going to go full this speed. I'm going to go to straight cam and see if I can take Dragonfly out of the game. If not, I'm just going to get my boost pads like this and rotate to the back of the net, because I already know that your other teammate is going to be rotating in, and now he can join the play with Barbie as you guys go, and you have a defender coming out. So you're actually producing, again, you're sacrificing speed for the sake of having a smoother rotation. I hope that makes sense. And there's a reason I haven't shared with you until now, is because you are expanding in the ranks so fast right now that this is really important for you to know and to look at. And so I'm hoping that you can start to see where you can mesh into these rotations a little stronger. So in this case, like I said, this is not a viable passing lane, despite it really feeling like it is. So go to straight cam, take a bump, so right here, and go for Dragonfly, or leave and go off to your right, my left, and cycle into the back of the net. And you can see right away why that's so important, because as you continue to follow this ball across, Dragonfly wins the 50, and now both you and Barbie are out of the play. Rule has nowhere to go, so he ends up just booming it downfield anyways, right? And so just like that, now we've given up possession. We haven't been able to make a play just because we didn't have the option earlier. Good clear. Careful again on those rotations. I don't mind this at all. So like when you come here, you're rotating tight, right? So if you rotating in this way right now, as you can see right across, you're horizontal to the net. If we watch either of your teammates here, watch Rule. There he is. If let's say this is a dribbled ball, let's say blue ends up dribbling this ball right down the pipe, coming right down the middle, and Roll wants to challenge this, you guys are going to intersect again, and we're going to have that little bit of an awkward meeting. So I would 10 times out of 10 tell you, when you challenge here, take a wider around the outside one, so that you're giving the opportunity for Roll to make the play. He already has the backup behind him in Barbie, and now you're rotating in behind as well to make that play as well. So be careful of that. These rotations can be kind of tight, but I do really like that you jump to this shot anyways. As much as if you were, let's say, were to twink this, you easily could have scored on yourself. I think this is a good use of your idle time, right? You're rotating back to net. You have no other duty than to be back in net right now. So let's use it. See if you can get a save. I like that. I really do like that you're adapting to that and you're able to make that play. And now as that lands, you're able to follow that downfield, which is absolutely beautiful. Secure the boost, secure the ball, and go from there. Great play overall, Eric. Really, really smooth rotation out there and looks really, really strong. Really impressed. We're 13 minutes in and only 45 seconds down. Good try. Same thing, you want to be rotating out, okay? I don't want to harp on this too much now, but right now you have all the information you need. You know that they have, if we draw it out, you know that they have a goalie right now in that right there. You know Steve-O is leaving the zone, and you know Dragonfly is going up to this. So Rollfish right now is going to be trying to come up and hit this ball into the middle. Therefore, you should be rotating out because Barbie is rotating in, right? There should not be these cuts here, and this is a big thing I see with you a lot, of that you're a fast player, but you do cut quite a bit, and you got to be careful of that. Just leave the zone. It's not your ball. You do not need to stay with this. You have a teammate. Let them be the strong person here, because you can see right away this touch is so awkward if you have to now turn back into and try to make the play instead, and now we have a 2-on-1 going the other way because Barbie wasn't able to come, right? So you gotta be careful of that. Good pop up, quick turn, beautifully played. Great job, Eric, and you get the boost. And then this is another one. So, and this might be a really good piece of feedback. You're cutting again. So I really, really want you to be able to, as soon as you get that boost, go to straight cam, see where your teammates are, and just get the hell back to net. Stop like looking around, stop trying to figure out what you need to do. Right back to net. You have nowhere else to be. Purely focused on going back to net there. You should not be thinking anything else. So definitely stop trying to cut this play. You don't need to be the person turning in. You see when you turn in right away, if I go to roll fish again, you can see that all three of you are now clumped up turning to face this ball, and we don't have anybody rotating to the back post. Whereas if you had gotten this boost and rotated around, at least we have a third now who can come in behind roll fish and be able to make that play. I hope that makes sense. I hope you can really see why that's so relevant. And now just like that, roll is left in a 3-on-1. Right? Can you see why that's so dangerous and why realistically this is so easy to be scored on? Because this is now an open net that gift card should not be missing, but luckily for you guys, he does, right? Same thing. You don't need to turn. Your job is net right now. You should be purely going over here to this back post, not chasing down this ball. You really got to try to nail that in right now because you're not being relevant in the play by always trying to be relevant in the play, if that makes sense. Chase that down. Great job. Good patience. Really good patience, Eric. Beautifully played out at the end. And you rotate back to net. That's perfect. That's what it should look like every time. Great job. Really well done. Hopefully get boost. Nothing. That's sad. That's okay. Get your pads. Great job. Good job. Good patience. Try to work on those dribbles, right? Try to make sure you can feel confident to stay with the ball there. See how you drive away from it. Try to stay close to it. See if you can make those plays. And same thing, you're cutting off your teammates, right? So you miss this. As soon as you miss this, you're done. Your touch is over, right? You've done what you need to. Rull is already in position, and Barbie for that matter, to make that play. But then you jump over both of your teammates and clear that. You got to try to just leave it for your teammates. Don't chase. Be patient, play your rotations, okay? You're really going to get your teammates probably annoyed if you continue to do this, right? And I'm sure you probably play with great guys. I'm sure you're playing with people who are patient and like will give you this feedback, but you got to be careful of those cutoffs. I'm watching roll when I should be watching you. Good challenge. Good speed, really good challenge. Now you get Barbie a beautiful ball downfield, which is great. That's so interesting, Eric. But so then why aren't we turning on this, right? So same thing. So you see roll go up. You switch back to when you're in this camera, you know everything, like I said. You currently have 3 goalies, none of which have gone up. You have Rull, who has just hit this ball, who is headed in this direction, and you have Barbie headed in this direction. Meaning that if you get this full boost, you should be able to turn very quickly back on this ball and make that play, right? And so my guess is that you just weren't confident in hitting this, but you should be, right? Like this is your ball. This is a chance to make those mistakes, make those hits, make whatever you need to do. And so you got full boost. I want you instantly turning up the wall here to then come and meet this ball right over here as it's landing so you can make that play and keep that pressure because Rull just used all his boost to do it for you. But now when you pull out, we're just giving blue possession, right? And they're able to boom that downfield to a much easier hit, right? Oh, narrowly going all the distance there. Rull chases down, good play. Great positioning here. A little high, good try, good try. Really good try. Great job staying tight, Eric. It looks so good. You're staying so tight, man. I absolutely adore it. The pressure is fantastic. It should look like that every single time. Good break check. Really good break check. Beat the demo. Nice and patient. And so now one of you guys, and I assume you guys are at least in comms, one of you guys has to be challenging us, right? So you see Barbie going, you see he doesn't, tell him, go, challenge, or say that you're going to go instead of this kind of panic of who is, and then he ends up going, which is good. But we should be having pressure instantly on those plays, right? It's a great pass out. Good possession play, that's fine. You don't need a shot on net there. We're just going to keep it and pop in the middle. Beautiful, Eric. Really well done. Take that boost, right? No harm in taking that boost. Right? As soon as you land, you see it. Grab it quick, means that they can't take it, right? Now you guys have a little more control. Good challenge. Beautiful, Eric. Absolutely fantastic. Really well done. Good, great positioning. Careful here. And so this is a huge bad habit that I promise you everybody has. It's such a huge thing of just in general not knowing what's going on. Your teammate gets a great touch here, so just literally hit the brakes. Stop moving where you are. You're currently facing the net, which is where we need to shoot. He is coming inwards, meaning that if he gets a good pass from wherever he gets it, you are going to be in an even better position to meet it and have a great shot on net, right? Such a bad habit that I see so many people do is turning into it, because if he then gets a great pass to you, so the exact same play, he gets a great pass across, your only angle to shoot is like there, right? Like you don't actually have an angle on net, or it's just going to go up over you nice and easy because you've come so tight. So just stay in the advantageous position that you're currently in. Don't move, don't leave it. Let Barbie bring the ball to you because he's currently en route to do so. But as soon as you lean in, you see it right away. Now when you jump, that ball's way up over you and you're like, I wasn't there for the pass. When if you could specifically see from this angle, if you just waited in the middle right here, like I said, this is a very easy shot for you, right? Just to boom that on net, just to aerial it up. Super, super easy shot, just if you're a little more patient and just trust that play is going to come, right? Put some trust in your teammates. Let them make the pass, let them make the play, and go from there. Good rotation out. Same thing, you're tight to your teammate here, right? So you should look already, and you should already know right now, Barbie is behind you, right? So Barbie, you just saw him there. You saw him rotating. Let me change his color. You saw him rotating around this way, so he's in behind you right now, so you should know that. So meaning you should probably rotate in here so we can keep that train going, right? It's like a queue. It's like a line. Like you should always be keeping in line there. And then when you turn, so this ball now goes cross field. You can hear, I can hear him at least, Barbie right behind you. So as soon as this ball is hit this way, you already knew that Barney was facing this direction, right on the field, somewhere behind you. You know that, meaning you should go this way because he's already expecting that ball to come to the direction that he's waiting in, right? So let him be the one to take it. Don't add confusion. Rotate back and around. Come in, nice and easy, and don't try to add anything to this play. It's very easy. The ball was given away, but now both of you are so tight that Barbie doesn't really know where to put this ball, right? And then it's left alone. So close to a good goal there. Good pass in the middle. Nice try. Good save. Oh, that should be a goal every time. Unfortunate for Barbie there. And you panic that a little bit, right? You rush that challenge. Take it slow. Look, so a $5 gift card hits this. And so now you already see right by this point very easily. I know you just jumped, but you should be able to see in advance that £5 gift card or €5. I think it's euro, right? I don't know. He's already passed this ball. Therefore, you are in a position that you're able to just easily catch this ball and bring it on net, right? Like you don't need to panic here. He's way past this ball. There's no rush at all. Both your teammates, the big thing to keep in mind as well, that if you rush this ball and you miss, which you do, both your teammates are currently in deep, meaning that you have absolutely zero defense. So you cannot miss this ball. So unless you are that confident that you're going to hit it, don't even go, right? Stay back. Don't rush. Don't panic. Because this should be a goal against, but they end up rushing it, luckily, right? Good rotation. Same thing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you can see it. Like, it kind of feels like you're just rushing it. Like, what are we jumping at here, right? Like, what's the plan? Like, it feels like you're rushing these challenges when, like, I know you have the skill to really hit them, right? And really put in that time. There's a great pop in the middle. Really good pop in the middle. Good, super solid third man. I know I'm pretty quiet right now, but you're just playing really, really good third man. Nothing crazy. Nice and tight. Great challenge. That's exactly how you should be looking. And then rotate out. Great job. But careful. So this is the rotation I'm talking about. I'm gonna zoom out a bit for this one as well. So this ball pops in. You've been the third man. You now know it's your challenge. Okay. I'm gonna watch from this perspective here. So, excuse me. This ball is popping out. So you are going to come in and challenge into the corner here. Put that ball into the corner. You're going to land with it. You see Barbie is currently rotating around and out, and you know Rollfish is going to be hovering somewhere in between this area, right? Somewhere in here is where he's going to be hovering. So let's move forward a little bit again. You got your challenge. Hit around you. So it's hit around you now. And like I said, you currently know that Barbie was rotating this way and Rollfish is somewhere in here. Meaning as soon as that's hit around you, this is going to be Rollfish's ball. And you know full well that Barbie should either one of two things. In my world, and I love that you're already doing it because this is what you should be doing at this rank. You should be rotating in like this and getting some pads like that one, that one, that one, this one, whatever it ends up being, right? Like you should be getting these pads as you come. Or, which is always possible, he is taking the route all the way this way to then come back in the middle. So nonetheless, you know whether it's fast or slow, you should have a teammate be coming in this way. So the second you land here, you should be rotating right across the net, following the exact same path as him, maybe stealing that boost, and coming back around and following suit, right? You cutting into the middle here, you can see right away, if I take everything that I've drawn away, we know that Rollfish is challenging here. We know that Barbie eventually is coming here. You being anywhere in this position is not good because we currently have two forward facing coming in there, meaning you should be covering all of basically this zone. All of this, wherever this ball ends up going, is going to be you now because you're becoming that number 3. You should not be here at all, what I've just erased. This zone in the yellow is purely for your teammates right now. You need to leave it and get out of it. So like I said, your route should be a pure drive right out of the zone like that. Getting this boost maybe, getting this pad, getting this one, whatever that looks like, to stay as relevant as possible. This needs to be what you're doing every single time you're leaving the zone following a good challenge. So if we watch you, like I said, when now you cycle into the middle, it's luckily for you, and I'm going to word it like that because this is not what Barbie should be doing. Barbie rotates over here. Barbie should be rotating into the middle this way in a standard rotation. So you end up filling that gap, which is good. Whether that was communicated or not, I'm not sure. I hope it was. And if it was, great. Still, please heed my advice a little bit and take that in consideration. But right away, you're in a little more awkward position than I think you probably should be because of this. And luckily, like I said, your team rotates well enough around you that it doesn't end up mattering. But it is really important to keep in mind. Because now when you cut back this way, and this adds to it again, now we know Barbie is right here expecting to go to this ball, and now you're cutting it again. So you've just been driving back and forth in this zone, not allowing any actual rotations to be occurring, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get a double commit on this. So we come, and now Barbie is in tight as well, and now we're on the return, and this should be a goal against, right? £5 gift card. Should have had a good shot on there, but he doesn't, and goes from there. And then careful on your idle time, right? As soon as you're coming in, you end up driving right to net. But why, right? So this ball gets hit over. As soon as this ball gets hit, you know that's going to be cleared. You know you have a goalie coming in. Go for this boost. Take this boost and cycle into the other side of the net, right? Make it easy on yourself. Don't do this little snake that you did, which you turned around if you watch it now. Keep it simple, right? Make it easier on yourself here. See, now you're boostless. Yes, you're on the back post. But we got like nothing to work with now, right? And you're just driving circles. Good job staying in net. Careful though, right? You really want to stay in net for this play. You inch out. Right here, as soon as you turn back, I love it. But then you inch out again even further. Just go back to net, right? You know that his only option is to play it slow or play it hard. You already have a player close to him if he plays it slow, meaning if he plays it hard, you need to be the goalie, and you need to be back in net right away. I don't mind that double commit. That was okay. A little bit of a panic. You can see right away how this gets a little chaotic, right? When you're not rotating to that back post every single time. Great turn for your teammate. Beautiful. Good job. You force the touch just like you should. Good job getting your pads. Eat that up. Well done. And same thing, so you cut here, right? So if we watch Rollfish, he's coming in. He sees that touch. He thinks he can get in there, but he can't. And now he has to go, and then Barbie is cutting across, right? And so be careful of those cuts. Great speed from Barbie. Good position for you. Rotate back post. Beautiful. absolutely flawless there. That's what it should look like every time. Barbie turns. Great job. Leaves for you. Really good play, boys. Really good passing. Good comms. I could see that he communicated it because he popped it and didn't go up himself. He knew you were there. But careful. See how you're rotating same side again? So this ball is on this side right now. Watch. So this ball is, you know it's on the left side of the field, and you currently see Rollfish pointing this way. You have no right to go this way, right? You have all the information. You see where he's currently pointing, so meaning you should go to this boost and rotate it around. Always think of it like a cue, right? You're queuing up behind. You're rotating in behind. You're always thinking that you're going to be lining up behind your teammates when you can, right? And so when you cut across, right away, see how awkward this gets of like we have a couple of break checks. You now don't have any boost when you could have had full. And now we can't really be fully in the play because of it, right? Same thing. You're bunching on this side, right? You see right now the ball's going to the left. Why are we pointing to the left, right? Right now we already have Barbie here. We have Rull here. So we should be over this way going, not joining in the chaos, right? You got to be the solid third man here. Great aerial. Doesn't even matter. That was a good possession play. Great aerial. Good position. Great pad usage, Eric. Really, really good pad usage. In position for the boom. Tip down. Little passing play. Roll back in the middle. The big miss. Can Barbie capitalize? He can. And so it all comes down on a mistake, right? And so you can see, and this hopefully can be the moral of my story. The goal you guys score is off a mechanical whiff. I don't think you had many of those, Eric. In fact, I am actually stunned at how far your mechanics have come. I can see you've been grinding. I can see you've been training. I am just so proud of how far you've come. Like you look like a champion player through and through. Like I would not question that you are a champion player, but your rotations burn you. That's where you look like the diamond. That's where you look like a little lower. So you got to put some effort now into really reading these moments of when you're awkward, when you feel like you're bumping your teammates or things are getting in the way. Read into what this looks like and try to identify that so you're not getting caught in that every single time, because it truthfully is going to burn you, right? And I'm sure you noticed a couple times that you looked awkward, you felt awkward, things were going on, and so be careful of that. Eric, you look so good. I'm so impressed with how far you've already come, and I know you're only going to keep getting better. Keep grinding the mechanics, keep grinding the decision making and things that we've talked about before. But right now, I think the big thing you got to look at is your rotation. So maybe watch a couple of your own replays as well. See where you could be always queuing up, like I'm saying, always going to that back post, always trying to play into that and see where that goes. But otherwise, man, really, really great job. Thank you as always for submitting the replay and the support. I'm excited if we get a coaching opportunity in the future, and I hope I can keep helping you out and seeing where you're at. So pleasure as always. I've been Combo for the ASAP Weekly Podcast. This has been another Patreon replay analysis, and that's where we're going to leave it, folks. So thank you for listening, watching, whatever medium you choose to partake in, and we will leave it there for now. So bye for now.